Hello, everyone. This is Travel Massive Live. My name is Maria. I'm joining you from very cold, white, and snowy Bulgaria. Today, I'm very excited about this webinar. This is Demo Day Friday. We have 3 startups showing their products. We're looking for your feedback, for your questions, and everything you want to share with our guest speakers. We will have 6 minutes for each presentation. And you who are joining us live, you can just use the chat box, share your questions and feedback, and then we'll get back to them after the 3 presentations. So we have Hannah from 80 Days, we have Galena from Sparefair, and we have Jan from Daytrip. Okay, so we can start with the presentation.
Hi all, hi guys. My name is Anna. I'm co-founder at 80 Days Me product. Right now, I'm going to share with you my presentation, so it would be easy for you to understand what we are working on. Give me a second. Do you hear me well?
Yes, it's fine.
That's great. So I will start. Eurotrips made easy. We are creating the system based on our own algorithms and AI that make it easy to visit more than 3 destinations during one Eurotrip with flights, trains, ferries in one booking. Just imagine, 500 million of travelers from outside of Europe, from United States, Asia, Australia, combine more than 3 destinations during one Eurotrip. It was statistically proven by European Travel Commission last year. Actually, they faced a huge amount of challenges. They still found ideas where to go, because not everyone, for example, in Asia know not just the most popular cities in Europe. Europe is not just Paris, London, or Barcelona. We give ideas for people where they could go. The next one, it's difficult for them to calculate the total cost for whole trip. For example, if this trip consists of several cities. It's difficult for them to find and choose carriers because Ryanair, Wizz Air, Vueling are just a small part of operating European carriers. They make a lot of mistakes while booking tickets on different travel platforms. They make a lot of mistakes when they try to calculate baggage for the whole itinerary. What about flight cancellations and schedule change? People are afraid of it as they don't need whom contact in this case. People make mistakes with time zone. They still choose inconvenient faraway airports. For example, they see cheap ticket, €9 from Vilnius to Oslo, but after that they found out that they will arrive at Oslo Torp airport and they need to spend extra $30 to get to the city center. Incorrect time planning, also bots, I don't know, not personal support. That's why we are creating the tool for them that make it easy to visit more than 3 destinations during one trip. How it works, you can see this video. All you need to do is just set the start city from where you want to start your trip, your travel dates. You can also specify must visit cities. For example, I definitely want to visit Rome, or I definitely want to visit Paris in Europe. In a few seconds, we will give you the first option for your trip. Right now, you can play with your trip directly on the map. You don't want to visit 6 cities, you can choose 4 cities. You don't visit Berlin or Copenhagen, for example, you can press the cities, see the list with alternative cities and make changes. So you can customize your trip with a huge amount of tools for customization. You can choose carriers. We have both low-cost company as well as usual companies like British Airways, Air France, and so on. After that, you can book all your trip in one directly on the website. So our travelers will not be redirected on all these train companies, air companies. They can book all the itinerary directly on our platform. All they need to do is just press continue button. Review all their trips. They can add passengers on the booking page. They can also add baggage. As far as we calculate baggage for the whole itinerary. So you don't need to think about limitations of separate airlines and book all the trip in one. Now some numbers. The market is huge, around 7 100 million international tourist arrivals to Europe every year. 92% of them are multi-destination trips around Europe, and we estimate our market share in 15%. We are changing industry. We are creating trips in 5 seconds. We are the only one in the world who combine flight, trains, and fares in one trip. People can book up to 25 cities in one trip with us. We have direct flights and trains only. We don't have inconvenient faraway airports, no early morning flights, no late flights. We provide a 24/7 online support with real people before and during the trip. Where we are now, we have around 500 bookings from people from 45 countries. We have 250 European cities in our system, 270 airports, railway stations, and ferry terminals. As for competitors, all you know their names. These travel aggregators, manual meta searches, manual travel agencies, direct airlines and train companies, but no one company gives our travelers value that we give. We have a great team. People from such companies previously worked at Google, Booking.com, Maps.me. We travel a lot and put all our knowledge for the product development. Our business challenges: first, trust. Not a lot of people know about our company, and this is really a challenge for us, trust and credibility. After that, hotels. We want to add hotels, booking accommodation as well, not just transportation, to give the full experience to our travelers. So we can talk about packaging tours, transportation, booking accommodation, and activities. Geography, partnerships, as well with governments. So we have a plan to do. Yeah, it was Hannah from 80 Days.
Thank you, Hannah. That was very interesting. I already have a few questions, but anyone who's joining us live, if you have any questions for Hannah, please put them in the chat box. Or if you have any feedback for 80days.me, please also use the chat box to use that. We'll get back to the questions and feedback after the 3 presentations. So Galena, let's see if your connection works now. So do you want to try to share your screen and start with your presentation?
Fingers crossed, guys. I hope you can hear me fine now. I'm sorry about that. Just Wi-Fi in London is ridiculously bad. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's give this another try. Right. How is that now? Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, so far it's good.
Okay, good, good. Hi, everyone. My name is Galena. I'm one of the founders of Spare Fair, and I'll tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do. So it's all very simple. Have you ever had to cancel your holidays because something happened? You couldn't go, your plans changed, and you just couldn't travel. It happened to me quite a lot of times. You know, life happens, plans change. And a lot of the reservations are non-refundable. So if you can't go, you can't get your money back and you're kind of stuck. But luckily, a lot of the non-refundable reservations are actually transferable. So you can change the name of the person who is traveling and you can sell your own reservation to someone else. And it works for flights, it works for package holidays, and it works for hotel reservations as well. So Spare Fair is a marketplace, and we connect the sellers and the buyers of the reservations, and we make sure that their exchanges are secure and that there's no travel fraud. So the buyers on the platform recover some of the money that they've spent for their holidays. You're probably not going to recover everything, but even if you get half of your money back, that's still so much better than losing everything. And then for the buyers on the platform, all of the flights and hotels are sold at a price which is cheaper than the current live prices of airlines and hotels. So the bargains are awesome and the discounts are genuine. So you could say that we're kind of like eBay for travel, but much more secure with verified ticket transfers. We also offer an escrow service where we hold the buyer's money with us and we only pay the seller after the buyer travels or checks in to make sure there's no travel fraud. So something that I get asked all the time is, can you actually do this? Is it legal? Answer is yes, you absolutely can. We're not doing anything that's not legal or that's not allowed by the travel providers. So if you want to sell your flight ticket, your airline needs to allow name changes, and not everybody does it. So if your airline doesn't allow name changes, there's nothing you can do. You can't sell your ticket. However, if your airline does allow name changes, that's great. You can sell your flight to someone else. And there are over 60 airlines which offer this service. If you want to check who they are and if you're curious, the full list is on the platform. Just go on our website, sparefair.net. They're mainly European low-cost airlines. Hotels also allow the name change of the main guest under the reservation. Travel agents also allow name changes for package holidays. And then actually for travel agents based in Europe, they have to allow name changes due to some European regulations. So everything is legal, and yes, you can do it. So how are we changing the travel industry? Well, we're creating a new type of shared economy in travel, and it's all very exciting. We have a very, very grand mission. We want to make traveling cheaper and easier for everyone. We've been working for over 3 years now, and we've helped hundreds of sellers recover a lot of money for the result. A lot of buyers get really discounted last minute awesome prices for cheap holidays. And if SpareFair didn't exist, none of this would have been possible. So I really believe that we're helping travelers in a really tangible way. And this is a huge gap in the tourism industry, which we're trying to bridge. I hope what I'm telling you is what you can agree with. Oh, one more thing, we've been asked to talk about our business challenges. Something that we're really struggling with is that people don't know that they can use us. So it's an uphill struggle because people don't know that they can resell their own flights and holidays. And people who are really flexible but looking for something cheap don't know that we exist and don't really know that they can buy holidays from other people. So we have to educate our market, which is obviously slowing down our growth, and it's costing a lot. And as you know, advertising in the travel space is notoriously expensive. Down a bit. We are looking for partners, people who sell and buy travel. We are working with hotels and travel agents. If you have people who want to cancel but can't because it's non-refundable, we can help you take care of those customers while also earning you extra revenue. And also, if you're someone who provides travel to other people, all of the inventory on SpareFair is massively discounted. So we can also help you with that. You can see my email on the screen. If you want to get in touch, even if you're not sure whether you can work with us or not, just get in touch. I'll check out what you do and I'll let you know. Thank you so much. And please vote for SpareFair at the end.
Thank you, Galena. Thank you for all the details and information. You already have a few questions in the chat box. You can take a look and think about them. And after that, we'll get back to them. Now, Jan, if you're ready to present Day Trip Now, feel welcome to start.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Jan. I'm from Day Trip. Thanks. Let me just prepare it, start sharing, and turn on my stopwatch. Okay, so can everybody hear me? Can you see my screen? Okay, great. Let me do it a little bit differently. I'm not going to talk about the product so much in the beginning. I'll start with the story. So nowadays, okay, cool. I can change the slides, nice. Nowadays, as you guys surely know, everything in travel is about the experiences, right? It's not about going somewhere anymore. It's about like living like locals, experiencing the place and so on. And from our point of view, pretty much everything in travel right now is about experiencing, except transportation itself. So you can see that Airbnb, use the experiences. They invest hugely into this. Klook, got amazing investments. Eat with, like new startups that lets you eat with locals. And Get Your Guide, with almost $500 million in investments. All of these companies are somehow focused on experience. So clearly there is a pattern here. But usually the transportation, it's not like experience, it's not the fun part of your traveling, of your vacation. So you usually have a good time, let's say in Prague, then you move to Berlin, you have a good time in Berlin, but moving from one city to next, it's not really fun. It's more like something you get through. So it's actually it's what happens between good times, as we say. So transportation sucks, long story short. And it's boring, you have to wait long time, it's rigid, formal, usually unpleasant. Riding a bus, it's not something you really enjoy. And so we were thinking, what if we could make transportation itself into an experience? How would that work? It would have to be personal, customizable. You would have to fill all different gaps for it to become an experience. So we tried that, and somehow it worked. So we actually in day trip, that's what we do. We offer intercity trips, meaning we take you from one city to another, and that's not everything. So you have your private driver. He speaks English. He can tell you a bit about the location that you're in, because we try to hire knowledgeable people. So it's not like a tour guide, but it's something a bit close. And the main thing, I think, between like Blacklane and companies like this is that when you are booking your trip, you can actually see what is on the way. So you going from Prague to Berlin, and we can see what's on your route from Prague to Berlin. And you can actually choose to visit those places with your driver and turn your transportation into a little bit of road trip. So you will have optional sightseeing with your personal driver. It's flexible, so you can book for whatever time you want. You can change the booking, you can cancel it. You have clean new cars, door-to-door service, and you can select type of vehicle, sites you want to visit, and much more. You decide where and when you get picked up. If you want to cancel the booking, it's fine. And so far, we've been on the market for like 3.5 years, and over 99% of all our reviews are positive. So hopefully we're doing something good. I see I have some time left, so I will just move to our website to show you a little bit how it works, just very quickly. And if you have any question afterwards, we can, I will be happy to answer them later. So let me just go into this. I have 1 more minute and a half. So yeah, it's mydaytrip.com. You see, it's very simple. You just put, let's say, Prague, or for example, Vienna. So you go from Prague to Vienna, and you see in a moment, you see, when do you want to leave, what time. You see how much it will cost, how long it will take, estimated arrival cost. So you can add people. If you add people, then the type of car is changed, as you can see. And here you have the sites that you can visit along the way. Sázava Monastery, Kutná Hora, Třebíč, and like all various things. So you can just add them to your trip, and they will show in the price. And you book it. That's it, basically. We are now in about 65 countries around the world, like Europe, Southeast Asia, Africa, Central America, and everywhere you have the same level of service, meaning English-speaking drivers, sites you can visit along the way. The drivers know the location, so they can, give you some hints, tips, where to go for dinner, etc., etc. And I think that's it. Hopefully, yeah, I managed to make the 6-minute mark.
You are perfect. Thank you, Jan.
If you have, sorry, if you have any questions or want to, talk about cooperation or whatever, just hit me up on Martinek, that's my surname, at mydaytrip.com, or you can find me on Travel Massive, and there should be also my phone number, I think. Okay, thanks.
Presentation.
Thank you, Jan. Let's, if anyone have any questions for Jan and for Daytrip, please use the chat box on your right, and then we'll get back to them in a few minutes. We already have a few questions for Hannah. So if Hannah, if you wanna start and do that, you just have to unmute your microphone. I can do that for you as well, but yeah, you're done.
Okay,
So,
and as I can see, the first question, do you integrate with any ride shares or like Uber? We think about it, but not yet. We are still looking for partners, but not yet. The next one. How will you get more traction visitors in today's competitive travel landscape? That's true. This is really a challenge for us. That's why paid advertisement is not our main source to attract visitors. We have a lot of articles in media like Travel and Leisure, Life Hacker, and another United States. Our target audience, people from United States, Asia, and Australia. That's why we have travel articles in major American media. People use them, and after that book trips on our platform. After that, we use some kind of growth hacks. We use Facebook groups to answer a question about multi-city trips, where to go, where you can find ideas, where to go, where you can find tickets, Quora, and other sources. We also work with a huge list of influencers. Yeah, right. We provide trips for them, these beautiful cities, and they create blog posts and articles on their pages. And we think that one of our major sources, our current customers and clients, they had great trips. They share information about us. They share their stories on Instagram, Facebook. Reviews on Trustpilot, Facebook as well. That's why it attracts a lot of people to our platform. Okay, the next one is your platform on meta search model. This is a kind of OTA model, online travel agencies. People can book all tickets in one, train, ferries, and flights directly on the platform. Will you be able to include carbon offset costs to show which is the best city to go to through? This is a question for us because we see all this news about environment and we take care of this. We will work on this for sure. Hannah, where do you source your content? Both. We use aggregators like Skyscanner, for example, as well. We have also partnerships with direct airlines and train companies as well. I think that's all for me.
Yes, if anyone has any other questions, please share them now for Hannah and 80days.me. You mentioned that you work with bloggers. Is it something that you're actively looking for? Can people contact you right now?
Any partnerships, for example, we want to also cooperate with booking accommodation and activities. Bloggers, yeah, who can create contacts, who can of traveling, yeah, please text me on Travel Massive or maybe.
You have one additional question in the chat box. If you want to answer to that, you can read it out loud first.
Let me clear my question more clarity. Once I book tickets on your platform, you will not be redirected on other websites. You will get all your tickets in one directly to your email. After that, we also provide automatic check-in service 1-2 days before each flight. So you will get mobile boarding passes and printed version to your email as well. Thank you for your questions.
Awesome. Thank you. If anyone has any other question, you can ask them. Now we can go to Galena and SpareFair. Galena, we have a few questions for you in the chat.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Maria.
Yes. Do you want me to read them for you, or you can just start and do it?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So the first one was whether we cooperate with airlines, and the question is, the answer is yes. We would very much like to. However, we're still a little bit too small for the airlines to start paying attention, which is why we've started partnering up with hotels and travel agents first. But we want to partner with all sorts of travel providers. Anyone who wants to work with us, we're very welcome to see how we can make it work. And obviously, we will address any concerns about ticket touters, which is something that airlines, I think, would be very concerned about. So we, yes, absolutely will look into partner up with airlines as well. We're just not actively doing it right now because you need to be a little bit bigger for the big guys to pay attention to you. And then the other question was about, are we working with travel bloggers? So yes, we have a very exciting affiliate scheme, which we're going to roll out soon. The question is yes, hopefully very, very soon. If you want to know more, please just get in touch with me, send me your email, and as soon as I have the full program details, I can email them out to you, and then you'll be one of the first people to know. So if there are any travel bloggers listening and you want to work with SpareFair, that's awesome. We want to work with you. Please just drop me a line, give me your email, and as soon as I have the full details and the programs up and running, we'll let you know. I think that's all from me, unless I've missed something.
We had one new question. Would we have to pay any extra charge to airlines?
Yes, so airlines always charge name change fees. And if you're wondering how much they are, they vary by airline. They're between 25 pounds to 115 pounds. And if you do have a flight and you want to check how much you have to pay the airline, you can just go on sparefair.net, and we have the full list of airlines which allow name changes. And we've summarized all of the fees and the charges and the rules there as well. So we'll let you know before you post your flight. But yes, this is why airlines allow name changes in the first place. They make a little bit of extra revenue from this service, which is why they allow it. Hotels don't charge for name changes, which is good. So if you're selling a hotel reservation, you can recover more. If you're selling a flight, you have to pay the airlines. That's just the way it is.
Great. Let's just say Mike shared that your product is brilliant. Let's just have that on recording as well.
Thanks, Mike.
I think that's all for Galena right now. If anyone has any other questions for SpareFair, please put them in the chat box and we'll get back to them afterwards. Okay, let's go to Jan and Daytrip. Jan, we had a few questions for you in the chat box. Do you want to go ahead and answer them?
Hi, yeah, I see from Paul, yeah, how do you deal with the impact of your service versus sustainable transport travel costs? This is a great question. I'm not sure I will be able to answer it thoroughly for you, but I will try. I think when people talk about sustainability, they actually may usually talk about, environment, emissions and things like this. But I think also important in sustainability is like over tourism and similar things. So about sustainability, meaning like carbon emissions and things like this, we are actually doing our best to use, new cars with new emission like quality standards, and we are also looking into electrical cars and hopefully for the future like self-driving cars, but that's like a bit more forward to the future. Regarding sustainability as in over tourism, I think we are helping there. I mean, tremendously, I would say, because one of the impacts of day trip is that people go to some parts of the countries to find like hidden gems that they didn't know are there. So, for example, if you went to, I don't know, Czech Republic, most of the people go to Prague or Český Krumlov, like the most famous cities. But this might be because they don't know how to get around the country, or they don't know where to look. So if they go with day trip, we can actually take them to other places, kind of offsetting the people that would be, in those overpacked cities to other parts of the country. So hopefully that's an enough answer. I see second question, how do you maintain the control over supply? this would be going a bit into our marketing magic, but it is to do with you know, search algorithms, of course, some paid advertising, and I don't know if I can say much more. And how do you make sure travelers' safety? Ah, that's a good question. You know, mainly regarding, you know, what's happening in many countries in the world. We always like, we have over, I think, 2,000, maybe even 2,500 drivers globally. And even though it's a big number, we hire each of them personally. Meaning we meet with them, we test their driving, how they you know, behave, basically what kind of people they are. And when I came to day trip, my boss told me that we have this like quality metric. Basically, would I let my mother-in-law take a ride with this driver, and would she still be happy and safe? So we are trying to live by this, and hopefully we are doing okay. I just want to say that this is of course important for us, so that's why we meet each of them personally, even though it's quite costly and not very time efficient. But I think in the long run you get better results. Sure supply, sorry, just checking the question from you, clear. A supply is provided by someone else. How you make sure supply is good, cars upkeep, drivers behavior? Uh, I'm not sure I understand. Can you clarify it maybe even more, or just turn on your microphone and try to explain it a bit more so I can answer properly? Let me mute myself.
Yeah, am I audible? Yeah, Jan, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so my question is like, I just wanted to know, as the supply is provided by someone else, not you. In fact, the driver or the asset is not yours. So I just wanted to know, how you maintain the car is in good condition or bad condition, the driver's behavior or whatever. And that was my question. I think you got it. You got it now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. You're right. It's the drivers are not our employees. It's like independent contractors. And basically, whenever we hire a driver, we make sure that he's, you know, clean, can behave, can speak English, knows the location, you know, has a car in a superb technical condition, not older than, let's say, 5 or 10 years. And we do these things when we hire the driver or like start working with him. And we also have quite a strict feedback system in place. So like after every trip, we ask the customers what went wrong. If something is wrong, then we investigate. We have like our people in the countries where we operate, so they are in touch with the drivers. And it's basically 3 strikes and you're out. So if driver is getting bad reviews, we just stop working with them. Or if they have like old car or something like this, so clients complain, okay, driver was super nice, but the air conditioning wasn't working and the car, I don't know, didn't look good, then that's also something that we look into. Hopefully I answered it a bit better now.
In fact, I've got additional question linked to this on, I would say, my earlier question. Let's say you are saying you do your onboarding process and you check the driver's behavior and all that, and though it's a costly process, but you do your onboarding by visiting the driver personally. But let's say, as you said, travel is an experience and it's a recurring, I would say this is a recurring thing. So how you maintain, let's say you
sorry, you're breaking up a bit. Can you please write it down?
Okay.
Thank you.
Jan, I think we had one more question. What is your target audience, the demographics?
Sure, target demographics. I mean, it differs, you know, from region to region. I think I can say that in Europe, that's like where we started, and it's still our strongest region. It's usually people from the US or Australia, so English-speaking countries, and usually a bit. I don't want to say old, but slightly older people, like let's say 40, 50, 60 and more. It's usually people who are going, you know, to Europe for a longer time. They want to They want to have some sort of comfort, they don't know how to get around Europe, changing buses, trains, whatever. So this is quite a simple solution for them. They just, get from country to country with us. They don't have to carry their baggage, and like they can see some more things along the way.
Thank you, Jan. Let me just share that I used day trip, I think 3 years ago from Vienna to Prague.
You did?
Yes, I did. So I did visit some places on the way that I wouldn't visit otherwise. We went to Kutná Hora, I think, very cute place.
Nice.
Yes, so it's a very good platform. I recommend to anyone to use it. So while
Thank you.
people are putting final questions, and please go to the chat, vote for the best pitch, the best demo. So we have a little symbolic prize for the winner. We'll see how it goes. If you want to do that anonymously, you can go to the chat function, and there is a little small drop-down menu that says everyone. So you can just choose my name, Maria Travel Massive, and then put the number 1 for Hannah, 2 for Galena, and 3 for Jan. Put it to a person, send a personal message to me. Just for a final question, while everyone is voting, what are your plans for 2020, and what do you think is the trend that will mostly affect your business? Hannah, do you want to just wrap this up and some?
Okay, I will answer. Right now, people can start their trip from any European cities and just from 4 American ones. We want to expand globally. We want to open up to 30 American ones and some Asia ones, the most popular. So geography, we also want to cooperate with booking accommodation and activities. This is truly important to give the full experience for our travelers. I think that this is our main next steps. We also launched our Android application. We're working on iOS application. We launch it in maybe months, I think.
Thank you. Galena,
Yeah.
do you want to share what's your plan for 2020 and what's the trend that will mostly affect your business?
Sure. So unfortunately, I can't give away too many details yet because things are still cooking in the kitchen. We have some very, very exciting partnerships planned, both on the supply and the demand side, which are going to increase the liquidity on the platform greatly. So it's going to be very exciting. But if you want to know more details, you're just going to have to follow us on social media, and we can announce as and when deals are actually closed, because I can't actually give you that many details right now. But basically, we'll have a lot more supply and a lot more demand, so everyone can find everything that they need on the platform. And one of the trends that I think will affect SpareFair is the fact that people want to have more experiential travel, and they want to go on adventure. No one just wants to go on a beach and sip a martini for, okay, maybe you do, but not for 8 days full time all the time. So people are being very adventurous. They want to go last minute. People are not really planning their holidays 8 months in advance anymore, which is great because we have a lot of last minute demand for offers on the website, which is very exciting because we can help more people sell, and then we can help more last minute adventure travelers find some awesome bargains.
Thank you. Jan, what would you say are the plans for day trip for 2020, and what's the trend that will most affect your business model?
Okay, I also don't want to disclose everything, but we have a new website and mobile app in the works, so probably that. I think we might also start in the US market, maybe. Not promising, but maybe. So that will be one big leap for us, and yeah, that's it. I think. I don't want to disclose some more regarding some trends that might affect our business. I think, yeah, I think like I read the booking 2020 summary, like what will happen, next year, and lots of it was slow travel, experience the places, go off the beaten path, find the hidden gems. So I think this really plays into our hand, you know, show the people around, you know, take them somewhere they've never been before. So hopefully that will you know, show in our business.
Thank you. I don't think we have enough votes to say who's the winner now, but we're going to collect a few more after the webinar is over. So we're going to send an email and ask people to tell us what they think. Besides that, I think if anyone else wants to share something finally, if not, we can wrap this up and yeah, just wish good luck and a lot of business success in the new year.
Thank you.
Yeah,
For me, just
Maria.
I want to say thanks so much for having this opportunity to talk to you guys, you know, introduce Daytrick a little bit. It was awesome. I believe we are all very happy to do this. If anyone wants to, you know, talk to me, you know, about business or whatever, just, you know, hit me up or follow on Travel Massive or add me on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to talk to you. Have a nice weekend, guys. Bye.
As for me, I want to thank you, Maria, for organizing this webinar. I have studied a lot of profiles of people who are going to watch this webinar. There are a lot of travel bloggers and people related to travel. So we are open to partnerships and work together. So feel free to contact me on Travel Massive and we'll work together.
Last things for me, guys, as well. I hope you don't have to use SpareFair as sellers. If you're looking for cheap bargain travel and you're flexible, please have a look at the offers on the website and hopefully we can find you something really nice and really cheap as well. Thanks and vote for SpareFair.
Thank you everyone. Let me just remind you that this webinar is recorded. I will send you the video recording with all the contacts to today's speakers, with the websites and all the links that were mentioned during the pitches and during the presentations. So keep an eye on your inbox and you will receive all the information needed. Thank you, everyone. So we can say bye now. Happy holidays, happy December. Join Travel Massive Live webinars next week and the week after that. And we can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.